Welcome to Stoic Mindset, your go-to channel for mastering the art of Stoicism in modern life. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most foundational concepts in Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. This principle is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, and truly understanding it can change the way you live your life. So, let's explore what it means, why it matters, and how you can practice it in your everyday life. The dichotomy of control is a concept that was first articulated by the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who lived from around 50 to 135 AD. Epictetus was born a slave, but he rose to become one of the most influential Stoic teachers of his time. His teachings were recorded by his student Arrian in a work known as the Enchiridion, or the Handbook. Epictetus taught that the key to a peaceful and fulfilling life is to understand the nature of control. He believed that while we cannot control external events or circumstances, we can control how we perceive and react to them. This simple yet profound idea is at the heart of the dichotomy of control. So what exactly is within our control? According to Epictetus, the only things that we truly control are our own thoughts, beliefs, desires, and actions. These are the things that we have direct influence over, and therefore, they are the things we should focus on. On the flip side, what's not within our control? Almost everything else. This includes the actions of others, the outcome of events, the weather, our physical health to some extent, and even our reputation. These are factors we might influence, but we can never fully control them. To put it simply, the Stoic approach encourages us to focus our energy on what we can control, our internal world, while accepting the things we cannot control, the external world. This shift in perspective is not just a philosophical idea, it's a practical tool for everyday living. Now you might be wondering, why is this distinction so important? The answer lies in how it impacts our mental and emotional well-being. When we focus on things outside our control, we set ourselves up for frustration, anxiety, and disappointment. This is because we're trying to manage outcomes that we simply can't influence. For example, think about how often we worry about what others think of us. We might go out of our way to impress someone or to avoid criticism. But the reality is, we can't control other people's opinions. Understanding the dichotomy of control is one thing, but how do we actually apply it in our daily lives? Let's explore some practical steps you can take to incorporate this Stoic principle into your routine. Step 1. Start with awareness. The first step is to cultivate awareness. This means regularly checking in with yourself to distinguish between what's within your control and what's not. Whenever you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If not, how can I accept it? If yes, what can I do about it? Step 2. Practice acceptance. Acceptance is a key part of Stoic practice. It's about acknowledging reality as it is, without resisting or denying it. This doesn't mean you have to like everything that happens, but it does mean recognizing what you cannot change and choosing to respond wisely. Step 3. Set internal goals. Another practical step is to focus on setting internal goals rather than external ones. External goals are outcomes that depend on factors outside your control, like winning a competition or getting a promotion. For instance, instead of aiming to win a race, focus on giving your best effort, training diligently, and maintaining a positive attitude. Whether you win or lose, you've succeeded because you controlled what you could, your own actions. Perspective is a powerful tool in practicing the dichotomy of control. The way we perceive events can either empower us or disempower us. Stoics often practiced what's known as the view from above exercise. This involves mentally stepping back from a situation to see it from a broader perspective, almost as if you were observing your life from a great height. When you adopt this perspective, things that once seemed overwhelming or significant begin to shrink in importance. You realize that many of the things you worry about are temporary and not as critical as they seem in the moment. This shift in perspective helps you focus on what truly matters, your own actions and character. Life is full of challenges, and adversity is something we all face. The Stoics believe that adversity is not just something to be endured, but something that can be used as a tool for growth. When faced with difficulties, a Stoic asks, how can I turn this situation to my advantage? How can I use it to strengthen my character? For example, let's say you lose your job. This is undoubtedly a stressful and difficult situation. But instead of dwelling on the loss, you can focus on what's within your control, your reaction. You can choose to see it as an opportunity to explore new career paths, develop new skills, or even start a business. By shifting your focus from what you've lost to what you can control, you turn adversity into a stepping stone for personal growth. One of the most effective ways to internalize the dichotomy of control is through daily reflection and journaling. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, were known for their practice of journaling as a way to reflect on their thoughts and actions. By regularly writing about your day, you can gain insight into how well you're applying the dichotomy of control. Each evening, take a few minutes to reflect on the day's events. Ask yourself, did I focus on what I could control? Did I accept what I couldn't? How can I improve tomorrow? This practice not only helps reinforce Stoic principles, but also fosters a deeper sense of self-awareness and personal growth. The dichotomy of control is not just for dealing with personal challenges, it's also incredibly useful in relationships. Relationships can be a major source of stress and frustration when we try to control how others think, feel, or behave. But the truth is, we can't control others. We can only control how we interact with them. For example, if a friend or partner is upset, you can't control their emotions. What you can control is how you respond to them, whether with empathy, patience, or support. By focusing on your own actions rather than trying